Hello there, Retromaniacs. It's me. I'm not here. They have kidnapped me. This week, we'll be talking about the Mandela effect. Oh yeah. And the music you are hearing? Well, I created that.
Okay, enough with the bullshit, Grifter. Time to roll the intro. Righty there, guys and girls, welcome. I hope you did enjoy my new intro I've made for Retrospiracies. I know, we're gonna make this a thing, right?
Oh my god.
You and me together?
We are playing the wrong
Alrighty.
music, Grifter.
So we're gonna talk about the Mandela effect.
Change the music, man. Do something about
But
it.
first, let me change the music into something, I don't know, more suitable for the matter we are gonna talk about.
Okay, excellent recovery, Grifter.
So, what is the Mandela effect? Well, it's the pseudo-scientific belief that some differences between one's memories and the real world are caused by a change to the past events in the timeline. The effect was named after Nelson Mandela himself. Many people tended to believe he died in the 1980s in the prison and not in 2013. So that is how the effect really got exposure. Many Mandela believers are thinking the cause of this shifting thing is because we are shifting between alternate universes. Others think it might be due to time traveling, while others are thinking the scientists behind CERN are doing this deliberately. Jesus.
Grifter, this is Director Jones talking to you through your earpiece. Please make it shorter. You're losing the tension of your audience. You're losing viewers. So keep it short.
Okay, so where are we? Okay, the Nelson Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. Okay, it's weird though. Like, you know the song from Queen, "We Are the Champions"? Well, many people think the song ends with "We are the champions of the world," yet it ends with "We are the champions." Or take this example, Star Wars, when Darth Vader first revealed who he was. Did he say, "Luke, I am your father"? Or did he go with, "No, I am your father"? And then, like most memes and what most people think, he said, "No, I am your father." After Mandela's death, the Bernstein Bears debacle is one of the most popular Mandela effects. Numerous people distinctively remember the children's book spelled Bernstein with an E. However, the series always has been named the Bernstein Bears. Adding to the eeriness of the debate, a user on Reddit found the old VHS tape with the E spelling. So what the actual fuck is going on? Or take C-3PO for example. The first thing that could come to your mind is his shiny gold body. However, to many Star Wars fans, confusion has hit his right leg. Of course, that's actually silver, and it always has been. Yet, many toys have made a copy that is completely in gold. A logical explanation for this could have been the colors of the television sets we used back in the day. Contrast wasn't that good. Same thing with Sex and the City. Many people do recall the name being Sex in the City. What do you think? Or what about Rich Uncle's penny bags? You know, the guy from Monopoly? Many people seem to recall him wearing a monocle. What do you think? Is the left one the correct or the right one? Spoiler, he never had a monocle. Yet many people do recall him wearing one. What about the Queen and Snow White? Many English people seem to recall "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" Yet she never ever said that. The thing she said is "Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all." That's weird, right? And I looked it up. I I looked at the translations of the movie, and the Dutch translation says mirror mirror. The German translation says mirror mirror. Where does that come from? If it never existed in the first place. Kinda odd, right? And this list goes on and on and on. I looked up to some scientific explanations of this phenomena. Unfortunately, there ain't real scientific proof or an explanation for this phenomena. It all comes to false memory. That's basically it. And proof is a fact like a test with a child that has never been lost in a big mall, and they made him believe he got lost in the mall, and on top of that he even added details, even though it never happened. But is that really proof that we're having these weird different memories? How it could be, but why ain't it more random? I mean, the only thing that really strikes me with the Mandela effect is the fact that it's not random at all. I mean, it's one specific detail that thousands and thousands of people remember. Now, how do you explain that? For me personally, the thing that really struck me was Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is written like the Looney and tunes like iTunes, which makes sense because back in the day when Looney Tunes were famous, it was basically music and a cartoon. So it kind of makes sense, but yet for me it's very weird because as a child I used to draw on a lot of Looney Tunes, and I remember me vividly looking up how to draw the logo. And it was Looney Tunes, and it was spelled tunes, like cartoons. That really made me feel kind of weird. So that made me think and made me wonder, were there any popular or famous Mandela effects within video games? Of course, the first title that struck me was Polybius. If you're wondering what Polybius is, Cine Massacre made a wonderful movie about that. The game is probably a hoax conceived in beginning 2000, but hey, it made me wonder, what if it ain't a hoax? What if it is? Oh my fuck. No, I mean, what if it is a Mandela? But in all honesty, I can say I couldn't find very much when it comes to gaming. It's also very hard to pinpoint down what has been or hasn't been, especially late these days with all the patches. Also Japanese versions occasionally, on many occasions, differ from European or American versions, so it's pretty hard to pinpoint them down. On Reddit I could find some threads about games and persons that are experiencing certain titles that they can't recall, but most of them have been debunked or been explained, hey man, you're thinking about that game. And in other cases it ain't global like you have with the Mandela effect. So it's a no-go actually in gaming. While I do find the Mandela effect truly fascinating, somehow I believe it's to be simple a case of mistaking information. It's very doubtful that the government would be behind this, doing this. I mean, changing the reality as we know it, changing things in the past. Alternative universes could be a possible explanation. Living in a virtual simulated world could also explain some Mandela effects. But then again, hey, you never know. Why is it? Why is it that, like Judge Judy, I think many people remember her. Many people remember her hitting her gavel, but then it seems she never ever used her gavel. So that's pretty weird. So why is it that one certain detail has changed for so many people? Some people remember Flintstones. Others remember it like it is the Flint Stones. Kinda makes sense. You need flint and stones to make fire, so flintstones. Yet I remember flintstones as well. So in my personal opinion, I think it's just bad remembering stuff. Yet it does feel odd, it does feel strange. And I find it odd that many people have it with the same thing, but then again, that might explain why it feels so odd. Did you experience something that you think that falls under Mandela effect? Be sure to let me know in the comments. Guys, girls, I need the likes and I need the subscriptions. It would be cool if you would subscribe and like. And if you didn't like it, punish me hard. Just dislike it twice. Push that dislike button twice. Grifter signing off. Hey there. No, I just wanted to say, how can one prove when it's not more, when it's gone? I mean, it's technically impossible to prove stuff like this. So whether you believe in it or not, it could be things change, but I think we have a very weak brain. That's my feeling. But hey, just think for yourself. Grifter, final sign out.